The main thing that matters is that it actually works. So now, with that being said, we'll go on to this next one, right? So once again, we're going to look to start drawing this rear leg so that we can start attempting these double koichis. Sometimes, as you start going against better opponents, rather than opponents falling from the double koichi, we'll start to stumble out. And we can use this off balance to start wrestling up. So for this one, we're going to start looking into going into doubles off of them stumbling, and the next one we'll look at what to do when they stumble and they step their leg really far back, so the second leg's hard to reach. But for this one, it'll be they stumble back and they're not their stance isn't too staggered. Now from here, there's also multiple different ways to get these 2-on-1s. Okay, another very common way I like to get this 2-on-1 is when an opponent starts gripping my wrist like so. Okay, and this should be like heavily ingrained into you guys that as soon as an opponent grabs a wrist, okay, we're going to use kind of like opposing forces, so I'm going to start swinging my right hand towards my left, and I'm just going to look to start taking this cross grip. Now from here, once again, we can start coming up to this elbow 2-on-1 and drawing that rear leg in towards us. Now from here, once again, we get that pullback reaction, but this time, as we go to clip and attempt that double koichi, from here, rather than falling, our opponent just starts stepping this leg back. Now from here, this leg is still relatively close to me, so this is the time to start going into doubles. Again, next move, we'll look at what to do when that leg's really far away, like so, and that'll open up single leg opportunities. But so he stumbled backwards. From here, what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to start folding my left leg through and underneath me. My head's going to start to transfer towards the outside. Now from here, my left arm's going to come elbow deep around his near leg, and my right arm's going to start to cup around his secondary leg. Normally we like lock doubles, but a lot of the times in these situations, he's kind of turned a little bit side on, so it's difficult to get our hands locked, and even when we get them locked, it's at a weird angle. So a lot of the times for this one, I like to go into like more of like GSP doubles, where I come elbow deep on one leg, other arm comes up like so. Now from here, we can start building up towards our feet. Now you can finish in two directions with this one. Okay, the one that GSP is most known for is kind of like running the pipe, similar to a single leg. The way that you finish that one is I want to think about connecting my shoulder to his hip, and I use my shoulder in his hip to put weight down. So from here, we're elbow deep, we have our double locked up. My left leg's going to step back, and I'm going to think about driving this right shoulder to his hip. Now I'm not pushing into him, I'm literally thinking about driving my shoulder in a straight line down. Okay, pretty much driving where his foot would be if he were standing. So we have everything locked up. From here, I step my left leg back, shoulder transfers across to the head, and just look to run the pipe. Once again, getting head over head to make sure that it's difficult for me to start heisting up.